Hello, Ken Kinter again, and this is day 31 of my leukemia journey. Yeah, it's been a month since I got the diagnosis. Um, and it's so weird because it is that feeling like it's been so long. And yesterday at the same time, I feel like I'm in every one of Kubler-Ross's stages at the exact same time. There's part of me that still doesn't believe it's real looking at my face. And then there's other parts of it that feel like this has been an incredibly long journey and how much longer can it go? So it's both of those at the same time, which is rough. I was going through the old videos. Um, about half of them are posted now, and I'll have the rest of them up by the weekend. Uh, I don't know about you, but they're hard to watch for me. Um, just looking at the condition I was in as opposed to where I thought I was at the time. And there's a lot I don't remember, even though none of them are, a month old, more than a month old. Um, so it's really strange to watch. And I have friends and colleagues and coworkers watching them and giving me feedback on them. Because part of me thought it was completely daft to put all that stuff up. But again, I'm still trapped in the delusion that one, it's helping me deal with this. But it's also hopefully, anything that I can put together and learn that someone else can benefit from. In fact, I'm even thinking, having some thoughts about doing some research on this and doing some writing about it. Obviously, I got to get out of it first. I got to recover first, and I can't let any of that stuff become a distraction. But um, that might be a direction to go in at some point. I'm sure somebody's taken this on before. Um, so if you're watching these videos, make sure you watch something happy afterwards or something cheerful. Don't let this be, uh, you know, I don't want to depress anybody. You know what I mean? It's different if you have this going on and it's already here, but just from watching it. Um, and of course, keep remembering that at least as the time this video is being done, I'm still here. I'm okay. I'm going back to the big day at the clinic tomorrow. Hopefully, getting the port put in. Try number 2 on the port, and then round 2 of chemo, I presume, is going to be next week. Although I'm going to find more about that tomorrow. And I noticed in the videos that I've watched so far, I've yelled at myself 3 or 4 times for throwing myself back into work and overdoing it, and basically setting myself up. And so I wanted to flip that. I've actually gotten much better at what I call mindful working, where I do something and then stop and do something pleasurable and rotate that and keep myself in a good place during the day, but also don't work myself to the point where I feel burned out or exhausted. So I've done a pretty good job with that today. Grading is almost done. The videos are halfway done, getting more stuff off the mental desktop so that I have less to take on. So I wanted to give credit instead of just ripping myself when I screw up. So I'm getting better at that part of it so I can be productive, but also maintain that I'm okay here. Lots of calls again from colleagues and friends and family, which is all good. The other thing I know about this routine is one thing life has definitely taught me: when you get into a routine, you know it's going to change. Like as soon as you get good at something and you get in the habit and you get it all set up, then something's going to change. So I immediately have to be ready for a change in the routine, and probably next week that's coming for me. But in the meantime, a lot of stuff that needed to happen has happened, and that also makes me feel a little more independent and less dependent on PJ. So that's also good. Anything I can do, she doesn't have to do, and that's a good thing because there's a lot of strain. Um, there's a lot of strain on her. Also good with letting people do. People are coming out and helping, and the first couple times that happened, I felt like shit. Now I just sit on the porch and I just talk with people and have as close as I can have to a visit, outdoors. So that's how I've been doing it. So I think I've kind of figured out how to do this part, which means something's going to change and I'm going to learn something else. That's all right. because at some point I have to, um, this is another thing you have to learn how to do, and it's a one day at a time thing. So that's how that's been working. So this has been a month. Um, you'd make the argument it's been the worst month of my life, and in some ways it has. In other ways, I'm not comfortable saying that. It has been the most difficult month of my life. There's no doubt about this, and it has been an absolute crash course in things I did not want to know. I made the joke before about being a member of the club that you don't no one wants to be a member of. Well, I've been a member of that club for a month now, and I've learned a ton. And again, it's all information that I would rather be without. In fact, I kid them at the clinic about it. It's like, take away this education. I didn't want it. Unfortunately, the education is necessary in the name of getting better and recovering. So the education is necessary to a certain degree. So that's kind of where that is. So tomorrow is a big day because tomorrow sets up next week. I think I've already had round 2 of chemo pushed back a week because of platelets and not being able to do the port. So if the port goes in tomorrow, and am I afraid of that? Yes. Am I dreading that? Yes. Am I just going to grit my teeth and go through it and get it? Yes. It also gives me a fighting chance of getting my arms back. I'm still completely destroyed. I don't know where they're going to draw me tomorrow. But they got to figure that one out. I either have almost passed out on them or passed out on them the last couple of times. So that's going to be exciting. In fact, that's been the worst part of the trip the last couple of times is the initial draw. Once the initial draw is done, then do whatever the hell you want to do to me. But then we get the port in and then that's over. So that will be a big step, but the platelets are going to tell. So pray for platelets. Anyway, that's pretty much what I got. Got an early start tomorrow morning, so I am probably going to sign off. So I keep telling myself about this month thing that, a month ago I was nearly dead and diagnosed, initially, and at this point I'm home, I'm recovering. They're only bringing me back once a week for this thing, and in a lot of ways I'm doing a lot better. If you look at those early videos and then look at this, there's there's some visual differences. I'm sure I look a little thinner and I definitely have a lot less hair. But what really matters is that I feel a lot better. And I'm hoping that the next round of chemo will knock this thing out and then I can regrow what I need to regrow and, do the rest of my recovery. So that's where I'm going to close. So you guys have a good night. Thanks as always. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Maybe there'll be some interesting stuff to report or I'll have a port to show off. Anyway, talk to you then. Bye-bye.